Of Little Mountain, Mr. Melvin Bowers, Mayor Pro Tem Bowers.
On behalf of the town of Little Mountain, I would like to welcome everyone to the reunion. This is the 129th year since the original reunion was held. It was held as both a Newberry College reunion and a political rally. Please bear with me for just a minute. I taught U.S. history for 31 years. The reason this day was chosen, the first Saturday in August, was that in the 19th century in South Carolina, there was only one political party. That was the Democratic Party. There was only one election. That was the Democratic primary. The Democratic primary was held on the first Tuesday after the first Saturday in August. So therefore, that's why we're here. So without any further ado, we begin the political speakings. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you. I'm delighted to be the master of ceremonies for this distinguished event. I'd like to welcome you and each one of you to the 2010 Little Mountain Reunion, South Carolina's oldest folk festival. The Little Mountain Reunion is an important part of South Carolina's history. We urge you and each one of you and your families to enjoy the fun and fellowship of a historic day called the Little Mountain Reunion. We'd like to call upon the minister, the pastor of the Holy Trinity Lutheran Church, to provide us with our invocation, Reverend Fred Sewer.
If we could bow our heads for a word of prayer, please. Most gracious God, we thank you for the gift of this day, for the opportunity to gather as family, friends, and neighbors for the Little Mountain Reunion. We thank you for all who make up our community, the institutions and the organizations, the individuals. We thank you for our teachers and students, our public servants, those who hold elected office. We thank you and ask for your presence and your guidance with each one of them. Bless us now as we gather today. May this be a day of safe enjoyment. May we renew old relationships and create new ones as we celebrate this community and this day. For we ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Sewer. Our national anthem will be performed by the Mid-Carolina High School Marching Band under the leadership and direction of Mr. Jed Thomas. Thank you very much. We need to acknowledge some special people. We want to acknowledge Miss Deanna Meade as the Grand Marshal for the 2010 Little Mountain Reunion Parade. Deanna is a remarkable young person who has proved herself to have a very healthy dose of a character trait called courage. She has been having some serious health problems, and we ask that you keep Deanna Meade and her family in your prayers and thoughts. We're honored to have with us a host of dignitaries today, including a host of distinguished candidates for high office in the 2010 general election. We welcome them, and we welcome you as we visit South Carolina's oldest folk festival. Sheriff Lee Foster, I would like to call on him first. Sheriff, we're pleased to have with us the High Sheriff of Newberry County. This gentleman was formerly the Chief of Police in Little Mountain. So we're pleased that he has ascended to higher ranks. It's a pleasure to introduce to you the Sheriff of Newberry County, Mr. Lee Foster.
Thank you, Walt. That was one of the best jobs I ever had in my life down here at Little Mountain. I just figured up something. Since the re-inception of the Little Mountain Reunion, I've never missed a parade or being in a parade or having to work the parade. That's a joy to be here with everybody and to have such a good crowd on a lovely day. Is Joe Penner coming today? So Joe Penner's not coming today. Since I've been working to take his job, I welcome you in his behalf. I also want to thank you for allowing me to serve as the sheriff for the last 21 years. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you'll allow me to continue on. Early this morning, I got an email from Alan Wilson, who is running for Attorney General. If Walt would let me read the email. This is from Alan Wilson, who is running for Attorney General. He apologizes for not being able to be with us here at the Little Mountain Reunion. He is serving his country today, doing his duty with the South Carolina Army National Guard, and he could not get out of that commitment. Alan has been endorsed by many of the sheriffs and my fellow sheriffs for his candidacy for Attorney General, and Alan has been an Assistant Attorney General and a prosecutor as well. Alan's married to the former Jennifer Miskowitz, who many of you may have seen on WIS for many years, who's now working for Lexington Medical Center. Alan has prosecuted cases, and his interest is in the law enforcement and protection of the citizens. So on his behalf, I send you his regrets for not being able to be here today while he's serving his country in the National Guard. That's certainly an understandable duty that he has. And again, on behalf of the Newberry County Sheriff's Office, I'd like to welcome everybody to Little Mountain and hope you have a wonderful day and a safe day.